by the ICC for nothing. Australia's big players stood up to be counted. When Australia needed him, Steve Smith made over 100, stood up to be counted. The new guys, Stoneman, the new batsmen, they all made decent scores, but none of them went on to make, hundreds, game changing scores. And you look at the England lineup. Do any of these do I see us? And like when we won down there in 2010-11, do I see us having the players to make 400 in an innings? Not at the moment. Whereas you look at Australia, and I mean, it's not only Steve Smith, it's Warner, it's Bancroft, it's even their tail enders come back. Whereas our tail enders, Broad, Anderson, yeah, they come back, but our tail enders haven't got the longevity, and yeah, our tail is a big problem. And yeah, I just think in comparison to Australia, I think if we don't win tomorrow, if we don't win the second test, then it's going to get messy and we're in big trouble. It's going to get messy if they don't win in Adelaide, because then they're down to the Wacker, Western Australia, 45-degree heat, quick bouncing pitch. The balls are going to come at them like bolts of lightning, literally. Australia very rarely lose there. This one's win or bust. If they don't win in Adelaide, it's going to get messy. And yeah, I think that's all there is to it, really. But also regarding the headbutt incident, I think Joe Root needs to. I mean, yeah, I understand Steve Smith and Bancroft were taking the media on a wind up and taking the piss and laughing about it, which I can understand why, because A, they've just won the test match, but B, it's not that big a deal. Cam Bancroft isn't that bothered by it, so the media have just blown it all out of proportion. And Cam Bancroft's obviously a happy-go-lucky chap. He loves having a laugh, and he's obviously decided, I'll take the media on one big wind up here and just they put a clip up on BT Sport. I don't know how long the press conference went for. Maybe it went for as long as I've been on here, I don't know. But him and Steve Smith obviously decided, we'll take our media for a bit of a wind up, because Johnny Bairstow said that both parties have come out and said that it wasn't a big a deal. So I mean, and now yesterday or today, Joe Root has come out and said apparently that he's not happy with the way Steve Smith was laughing. And I've got to be honest, if I was Joe Root, especially right now, I'd be more importantly wanting to concentrate on the cricket. I think he needs to be more focused on the cricket instead of worrying what Australia are doing. I think he just needs to be focused on the cricket, because only you can determine how well you play. No one's going to play well for you, and no matter how much you build up how something motivates you, unless you can motivate yourself to play well, then you've got no hope. So yeah, I think he needs to just concentrate on the cricket, really, because as I say, if we don't win this, it's going to get very, very messy. final question. Thoughts on from James Tidd, a very good friend of mine from Windsor Club. Simon's chances of top 10 tomorrow, pretty good. You know, from all the races we've done, you know, Simon's always up there. I know Simon's been running way longer than I have. He's got more miles in the legs, so I know that. But yeah, I mean, we both know from the races we've run, from whenever we run, yeah, Simon is always up there in Chiltern League, always up there top. He's always top 5 pretty much every race, top 9 every race. So yeah, I would say, yeah, pretty very high, unless, and I haven't, sorry James, I haven't had a chance to and sorry Simon as well, I will reply to your email about national champs when I get a chance. I haven't had a chance to look at it much yet, but unless it's a British Cross Challenge tomorrow, or Army and Navy, and it includes, then I think his chances of being top 10 tomorrow, I think, is pretty good. And I'll use the, and just to finish off nearly, I just want to use this opportunity to say to Simon and to James, I'll drop Con an email as well soon, but Simon has asked me if I want to be entered to represent the team at nationals in Parliament Hills, and that the Southern in Brighton will be a stinking horrible course. Yeah, so I'm using this opportunity to say that why I'm saying this, I don't know, because after all the times I've done Parliament Hills, it's an absolute nightmare. As I always say to you, Jane, as I always say to Simon and the lads after finishing, why we put ourselves through it, I don't know. It's an absolute nightmare. It's the most horrible race ever. It's not enjoyable, but the enjoyment comes at the end when you know how when you can say, you finished so and so highly in the country, and as nationals will only be 12k. I'm going to use this opportunity to say that I'm aiming to be there. I'm aiming to be at Parliament Hills, and I'm aiming to be there. So hopefully you can count me in. But as I said, I'll get back to Con and Simon soon, and then James, once I've sorted everything out I need to sort, now I'm back, I'll be up to represent Windsor as much as I can, because I miss the lads, I miss training, I miss the boys. So yeah, that's my answer to that question, and that's pretty much all the questions that I've had, unless there's any more on here. Just finally, where am I watching the game tomorrow? Gay, a few of the boys are going to the rugby club, because I haven't seen any of the boys yet. So yeah, a few of the boys are going there. If you want to join me there, then let me know, or if you want to meet me before or after for a catch up as well, let me know. But yeah, just let me know what you're doing. But a few of the boys are going to be in the club as well, so I'll text you and let me know what you're doing. So that concludes it. Thank you very much. That concludes tonight's episode. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all next week.